Hey, Picky Penguins. So I kind of want to just take a second and I want to address some concerns I've been seeing from you guys on Discord and from some of the comments and from just around, I guess, in regards to videos, to schedules, and to live streaming, and just like, I guess, my current state, just because I've seen a lot of people that seem to be asking a lot of questions on, there seem to be a lot of worries and a lot of uncertainty. So I just want to clarify this. I also do realize that this probably isn't in regards to everybody. Like, I know not everybody has been asking this. This could perhaps just be a very vocal minority, but I do feel like this is something that I need to address and just put out there. So one of the things I've been seeing people say is that they're worried that the live streams that I'm doing are cutting into my YouTube time to make YouTube videos. And I'm not gonna lie, you're not incorrect. It's true, yes. It's just inevitable. It's inevitable that, yes, doing live streams once per week is going to prevent me from doing what I was doing before, where I was uploading almost every single day. But I also want to just put out there, what I was doing before was not healthy. So I've been making YouTube videos for, I'm going to 8 years now. Actually, it's going to be 8 years at sometime in the middle of March. And there were periods where I was super consistent with my uploads, where I would actually upload every single day. Not necessarily the time of day was being consistent, but the fact that I had a video up was usually pretty consistent. I'd say I was probably the most consistent. I was like right before I moved, where I was actually getting videos up like during the middle of the day, usually sometime mid-afternoon or right around lunchtime for my American viewers, at least. And honestly, it became more like an addiction for me. And I don't want to make that sound like YouTube's an addiction. It's not so much that. It's the idea of that streak, keeping that streak going for as long as humanly possible. So I would try my best to try to get a video out every single day, and I try to go for as long as I could. But as I realized over time, especially just like before I moved, it was making me very unhealthy. I was developing a lot of very unhealthy habits. I wasn't leaving the house like at all. I was basically recording and editing nonstop all the time, and it fucked my sleep schedule up. And honestly, I wasn't living a great life. And it's hard for me to say this because I do consider YouTube both my love, of course. I mean, it's something that I'm very passionate about, but also it is my job. It is something that I take very seriously, just like anybody with a career has. So I don't really like being like, oh, my career is bad for me. It isn't. It isn't so much that, but I was doing it to such a over the top extent, especially with just how my videos are. You know, my videos, they tend to be over an hour long, which means it takes more recording time and a lot of editing to get videos to be where I want them to be. Now, when I was starting out, you know, and I may have long videos, but I didn't do nearly as much editing as I do now. I expect a certain level of quality from all my videos, so I don't like just going in, cutting out the empty bits and moving on. I try to cut it and edit it in a way where jokes hit funnier and sound better. But the reason why I was getting the videos up during the day was I would record during the day, I would then edit in the evening, render it, and then upload it while I slept. So then it would pretty much be ready for YouTube the next day, which was usually really good because YouTube processing time usually took a while to get to back to that HD, you know? So I was definitely more consistent for that period, but I was feeling a lot of burnout, honestly. Even the further I went in, the more I did it. I knew it would happen. I knew it would come, but I still wanted to just keep trying to plow through it, you know? It was also during this time, though, that I decided I did want to try to start doing live streams more frequently. You know, add some new cool penguin emotes and stuff and try to, you know, just have that as an additional thing alongside YouTube, where I would stream on Saturday on the weekends and then do regular videos on the weekdays as best I could. And I was definitely in the midst of starting that right before the move was. However, after the move, my schedule got a bit weird. I'm now suddenly not uploading in the middle of the day like I was before. Now I'm uploading super duper late like I used to do before that. And that's because I've sort of reverted back to my old way of uploading videos, where I would record the night before, then during the day I would edit the video and then render it, have it ready for that evening, basically, which would usually be very late. And then before that, I would also record again. To be honest, though, it's not, if I'm going between like which one is better than the other, neither of them are super great. I don't know if honestly one burns me out more than the other. but I do at least want to explain why like the schedule is so like weird in that way. No, where the real inconsistency lies though, where the real reason why videos have been both inconsistent in terms of just uploading, and where the real problem where I'm running in with videos not consistently being uploaded as much as before. And honestly, it attributes mostly to just burnout. And it's not something I like to say. It's not something I want to even acknowledge as a thing, because I know a lot of people come to rely on my videos and, you know, expect it on the daily. I know a lot of people anticipate a brand new episode of whatever series they're watching. Sometimes if you're only watching a single series, but maybe I only end up getting like one video of that up that week, you know, and then 2 of the other series, and they're like, oh shit, where's the other one? Then I got this fucking live stream, but Nico like took another day off. Like, what was that? Yeah, it's burnout, honestly. I think a lot of it has to do with just the types of games I've been doing, with these really long, very epic series, right? Like Judgment, right? Even Fire Emblem, Persona, Kingdom Hearts, all very long, very involved series. And I'm just finding myself lately just struggling a bit to keep up with it. I've had a lot of tough series, you know, series that are tough to edit. I mean, Persona was definitely a tough one. Any RPG, honestly, is a tough one. And I also don't want people to think that I'm not like enjoying my time. Like, am I, when playing the game, am I like faking smiles and pretending to be like I'm enjoying it myself? No, I'm absolutely enjoying it. I don't want you guys to think I'm over here just like putting on a fake smile, like, oh, everything's great, but I fucking hate myself on the inside. No, it's not that way. I always enjoy and I always love the games that I play. The part where the burnout really comes is the editing. The editing has always just taken so much time. And unfortunately, I'm not a channel of a size where I could like hire an editor to help me. It's always just been me editing every single one. And honestly, I mean, I think it'll be many, many years before I'd ever be able to afford that. That would also be fantastic. I'd love to be able to be in a position where I could hire somebody to help me with this. Because while I do love the creativity of editing and stuff, I mean, it's hard not to get a little burnt from it, you know? You do something like that every single day. Even something that you love can just become a little tiresome. I really fucking hate saying this, though. I really do. I hate saying this because it makes me sound like, I feel like I sound petty, you know? Like, I don't appreciate all the fucking patronage and just love you guys have shown me all these years. The freaking patronage you show me on Patreon, on Twitch, here on YouTube. Even if you check out the ads, even though my AdSense isn't nearly as good as it used to be, it's still very much appreciated. I know some of you might look at the current schedule, the state of things, and think like, oh, Nico doesn't care. Like, he's just taking the money from all these penguins on Patreon or on Twitch or something, but he's not like, he's now just starting to slack. And it isn't further from the truth. It's the complete opposite. Ever since I started the Patreon, I've been trying my best to bring you guys better and better content as much as I can. And I honestly feel like lately I've been failing you. Because I keep seeing this, I don't know. I don't know if it's the majority. I don't know if it's just a very vocal minority, but I just see some penguins who are just upset. They're upset that I'm not uploading as frequently, that I'm not being as consistent as maybe I once was. And they're seeing the live streams as the potential thing that's interrupting it and getting in the way of that. And I do get that. I do get that disconnect, right? Like, a lot of times people who are really into YouTube videos may not, you know, necessarily watch a lot of live streams. And I get that. I don't watch a ton of streams myself. I'm Maximilian Dude. It's pretty much my single go-to guy for Twitch streams. That's just kind of the way it is. Both communities don't necessarily commune with one another. And I'm not going to lie to you and tell you that Twitch isn't affecting the YouTube stuff, because it is a little bit. It just is. And the reason is because I can't do YouTube videos and Twitch on the same days at the same time. I tried for a period to do that, where I would like upload a video the day that I live streamed, and I just couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. It was just burning me out so much. It was so hard, and I was burning out fast. Even now, I'm still burning out at a relative rate. I don't know. I don't know if it's just burnout that's carried over time, or if I'm still burning out even with the rate I'm going, even with how fucked up the schedule appears to be. I know some of you probably are like, well, Nico, you just don't do Twitch. Don't do it. But the thing is, I really like live streaming. I do. Like, I don't plan any time to be like just a live streaming channel and to ditch YouTube. No, I love YouTube as well. I honestly, if I had a preference, I prefer being able to make videos, editing them and making them funnier. You know, I'm funnier when I'm edited down. Not that I don't think I can be at least entertaining live, but I can make my jokes sound funnier in YouTube. It's just how it is. That's the power of editing. But I also needed Twitch. I really needed this variety to what I was doing on YouTube. I needed to be able to do something different. And I really, really like it. I really like talking with you guys one-on-one like this. Just seeing some of the regular penguins, you know, making these cool little penguin emotes that you guys, you know, use in the chat, and just playing a bunch of games that I know I would never let's play. That's the thing. I consider Twitch as like playing through a lot of games and doing playthroughs that I never would have done before. Like I never would have done Ori and the Blind Forest. Never probably would have shown the Kingdom Hearts 3 Critical Run. I wouldn't have put that on as a let's play. I wouldn't have gotten a chance to play Valhalla or check out the new God of War game or Death Stranding, Resident Evil 2, just like games that like I generally don't do let's plays of because I don't think people would probably watch them. They don't come to me for these kinds of games generally, but it sort of allowed me to find a new kind of audience and a new kind of just like content to put up and help me, I feel like, expand what I do and what I make in new and different ways. And I needed that. I needed that little bit of spice because I was just starting to get a little burnt on the stuff that I make usually. I will say though, there's just one other thing, and I don't want to blame anybody, but I have honestly felt also just in the mix of that burnout is that feeling that I'm disappointing you guys, that I'm not succeeding in giving you the content that some of you are actually paying for. They're actually putting money in to see happen. And when I see that, it just makes me very, very sad, very, very depressed, honestly. And it's something I feel like I'm seeing more and more often is that feeling of like Nico isn't giving it his all anymore. He's slacking. He's not fulfilling his promise, right, of actually having like a daily video, getting the 5 videos for the full week, right, which would mean 3 of one series and 2 of another. I've been seeing this, and I'm not gonna lie, it's made me depressed. I see it, and it just makes me sad because I feel like I'm failing you. I don't want people to think this is like blaming anybody because I get it. I do. You know, it's hard to look at something science from the outside in and to understand like how long it takes to make something and how much energy and time it takes to get something done. Especially if someone's been doing it for a long time. Sometimes they could just seem like they're a machine, right? They could just pump this shit out, easy peasy, go, you know, just do it. But unfortunately, we're all just people, right? We're all just trying to do our best and to do as much as we can, but we all have emotions, we all have feelings, we all get tired, we all start to wear down after a little bit, and we start to slow down sometimes. I haven't really had a break in a long time. I know some of you might see that, oh, well, you took like a month off, right, when you went to move. Yeah, but that wasn't really a break. That wasn't really a break. It was all kind of work, right? Just trying to get shit moved over here. It was pretty much 2 times because it was not just me, but my parents as well. So it was like just so much shit to move. And then of course having to set up the new place wasn't really a whole lot of just chilling out. Another thing I've seen consistently brought up by penguins is the communication, right? Like Nico not bringing up when he's not going to be uploading a video. And I'm fully willing to attest that I may not necessarily be the best with that. Sometimes I maybe don't even say anything and I didn't upload that day. And a few reasons for that. One of the reasons is honestly because I genuinely feel bad. You might not believe it, but when I don't get a video out that day, I actually feel really, really bad. And it's hard for me to go on Twitter and be like, hey, there's not gonna be a video today, because I know it leads to a bunch of penguins who are very disappointed and upset about it. And when I do that, it makes me upset and disappointed too. So sometimes I just pussy out and I just don't say anything. Other times though, where I'm like, it's more like the video comes out super, super late. Sometimes I actually just don't know for certain that I'm going to be able to get it up in time or not. Sometimes I think I'm going to have it up in time, but I don't. And then I'm like, it's 3 or 4 in the morning. Like if I if it feels silly to tweet out something at this point, I'm afraid of like ping somebody's fucking notification. Somebody's fucking sleeping. They're like, what the fuck? What's Nico tweeting now? I don't know. I know it's fucking stupid. So I will admit though, I should be better about that. All right. I should let you guys know sooner if a video is not going to be uploaded on that day. That said though, I have seen some penguins bring up like, oh, Nico should just be like 100% transparent. Let's know exactly when he's recording, exactly when he's editing, just what he's doing that day. And to that I say, no, I'm sorry, but I'm not going to do that. I already see a lot of penguins who are keeping track like daily stats of like when I upload or where they considered are like off days, right? Days that were like, oh, he didn't upload something, he must be taking a break or just doing nothing. And I want you to know, first off, that that is pretty much almost never the case. If I didn't upload that day, it's very likely that I did work, that I did record, that I did edit, but I just didn't get it up in time for one reason or another. So it wasn't like Nico had a day off. He just didn't finish it soon enough. But I do understand why from looking from the outside, and you might think that. But I know that if I were to do something like that, people would just keep track of exactly how much long and how much effort and how much time I'm putting into every episode. And then I would get judged in that way. And I don't want that. And just honestly, you don't need to know that. It's my hope that the quality of the videos that I put out there are at least some indication of the time and the effort and the love that I put into each one. I don't want to have to like feel like I'm clocking in each day, right? I go on Twitter and be like, hey guys, hey, I'm recording right this moment. Now I'm editing at this moment, like I'm being overseen by some unseen giant penguin lord boss. But that's just not something you need to know. Just trust me that I am working on it and I am doing the best I can. I honestly already have a hard time taking breaks and like allowing myself to just relax and like do other things. This is why I don't play many games on my own these days, which has led to another thing, which is the fact that I don't actually upload on Saturday like I used to does kind of give me basically a sort of day off on Friday, sort of. And I say sort of because I still usually have to do like some kind of announcement videos for live streams, which I've started to do that less for just like regular ones, but I still do it for the vote streams, which does involve looking for games, which I know you probably think that doesn't sound hard, but it's surprisingly more difficult than you think. I'm trying to find 4 games that you're interested in that are relatively different from each other and that you don't think one will outshine the other. It takes some time. Despite how it looks, I really do try to make sure the vote streams don't end up having like one just like snowball the other, even though it almost inevitably happens every time. But it does give me some day off, so I've actually had like time to just play a couple of games like for myself, and it's been kind of nice. I actually played through some Jak 1 and Jak 2, which has been sort of fun. Jak 2 didn't age as well as I'd hoped it would, though. But there are also some personal things in my life too that have taken some more priority as well that I want to focus on that aren't necessarily YouTube related. Because believe it or not, I know it's hard for you, some of you to believe, I do actually in fact have a life outside of YouTube. And I think every YouTuber, every single one on this platform who has some amount of audience and has spent years making content for their channel, they all come to that struggle, that point where they struggle between making stuff for their channel and just having a life, doing things outside the grasp of YouTube. But I don't mind sharing and talking with you guys as much as I can. I also don't want to share too much, you know? I don't like talking about everything that I'm doing in my life. You might notice I don't really post on social media like super often unless it's like updates about videos or occasionally talking about Bernie or something, or like retweeting some fan art. It's just because I'm not really a big social media guy. I don't like to talk too much about my own personal life or things very much, you know? Sometimes I just like to keep that stuff just for me, you know, between me and my loved ones. So hopefully you understand that, and hopefully you understand why I don't want to tweet out what I'm doing at all times, you know, for YouTube related or not or whatever. We're talking about all the work I have to put into a video. So a couple other things I just want to bring up. I did see people bring up things like the whole thing with Remind. Like people thought that the whole one-offs that I was doing, like I was intentionally doing it to delay till like Remind came out. To be honest, that was not in the intention. I'd actually already had what series I was planning to do like planned out, and I just wanted to get those unboxing ones done. I separated that one into 2 videos, even though I had like 2 sets of figures, because they do take a decent amount of time to like put together, despite being like 20 minutes or something long. Just because I'm not really used to it. It's like most of these sort of like vloggy things are something that I'm just not accustomed to, so they take a little extra time. But then I realized, oh, Remind is coming out like that week or something, so it was more of just like it just slipped my mind, you know. I didn't realize, oh fuck, that is coming out. So I know it from the outside in, it looks like, oh, I intentionally like delayed it or something. whatever the next series was, just so I could play Remind. It wasn't really the case. It just kind of snuck up on me, and it ended up becoming that. That said, I still know what it is at this point, and I am going to still do it after Remind is finished. But I'm sorry for those of you who were maybe looking forward to whatever that new series was, and you end up getting Remind and you don't have any interest in Kingdom Hearts. So I wasn't trying to like hide some shit from you guys or not be transparent about what I was doing. Remind just kind of ended up sneaking up on me. By the way, I just also want to bring up, this is sort of a bit unrelated, more just Discord related. For those of you who don't know, we do have an official Picky Penguin Discord. I think we're up to like almost like 7,000 penguins. It's gotten pretty big. But I do see sometimes like just mentions of like this like sort of anti-moderator like mentality among some of the penguins, like the moderators are out to get them or something. And I want to make clear they're not. They're definitely not. They're constantly working to make sure that the community is fairly happy. Hell, the reason that I know about so much of this stuff, because it's honestly kind of hard for me to keep up with it all, because just with the regular workload and all, it's hard to keep track of problems that are happening within the community, is because the moderators told me about it, that they told me that these were issues that you guys were bringing up. So what I'm saying is, please cut them some slack. Please be nice to them. I know each of them. They're all very nice people, and they're all just doing their best. And I think honestly, they're doing a great job. I'm very happy with how our Discord has played out. Okay, so sort of just to summarize a bit. So in regards to live streams, am I going to stop doing them? And do they affect the schedule? No, I'm not going to stop doing them. And they will sometimes affect the schedule. It's just how it is. I can't do both YouTube and a stream like on the same day. I just can't. It's too much for me. I know sometimes people don't like when I do, like, for example, like the last sponsored live stream, because I know it happened in the middle of the week and it ended up taking basically what would have been a YouTube video that day. It took that slot up. And I can't promise that that's not going to happen sometimes. I don't think it's not going to happen a lot, but it will probably happen occasionally. Now, if you think though that this is like an indication that I'm eventually just going to like transition all the way to Twitch, yeah, that's not going to happen either. So you can rest assured that's not like the end, like slowly I'm just going to migrate over there and I'm not going to put my YouTube channel to rest. No, that's not what's going to happen. I love making videos for YouTube. I love editing stuff and coming up with goofy jokes and dumb scenarios that I wouldn't really be able to do very well live. At the same time, there are things that I like to do on Twitch, that I do like to do in time and again, that just live communication with you guys. It's nice, and it just adds a nice variety to what I do. So in short, YouTube will always be my main focus. Twitch is still going to continue though alongside it, and maybe occasionally it might pop up during the week and take another day. I also want to make clear the reason why I did this last sponsor stream and I did it on a Wednesday was because that's what the publisher Deadcat actually asked me to do, because that was the day the game was released. They wanted me to do it on the Wednesday. Otherwise, no, I probably would have waited till Saturday like I usually do. But because that was also a sponsored stream and it wasn't a stream that people necessarily asked for, I still want to have my regular stream like the one on Saturday, because that's the vote stream, the ones that you guys decide. I know some people won't agree with that, but it's just how I want to do it, and so we'll just have to make do sometimes. Now, that said, I don't want to make this seem like it's just a video of me being like, oh, well, you're all stupid and dumb or whatever, and your complaints have no valid bearing. No, I do think you're right. I need to be a bit better with communication and transparency in regards to my upload schedule. So now sort of my set idea is that if I'm not going to be able to upload a video that day, I should let you guys know or tweet out sometime before 12 o'clock Eastern time. And I'm going to try to start doing that more frequently. If I don't tweet out something, that means I am probably working on it and then I have it, in the works and ready to upload. But if I think I know for certain that it's not going to be up soon enough, or if I just plan to release it the next day, then I will let you guys know. I've been trying to do a better job about doing that, but I know I haven't been perfect about it either. By the way, I've seen some other people also mention Patreon in terms of, well, I haven't really updated in a while in terms of just the bio and maybe adding some additional benefits and stuff. And the main thing is that I haven't really thought of a good, some good rewards, right? Some additional things. Because right now I just have it set to $1 and people can pay what they want, right? Which I also have sort of alongside Twitch, which also adds emotes and stuff and things that you can switch over to Discord. And I know they have this new thing on Patreon that allows for specialized merchandise, like t-shirts and mugs and stuff. And so maybe I could do something like that. But it hasn't been I just haven't been thinking about Patreon. No, I definitely do. I've been trying to come up with a good thing that I want that you guys can only get there. So I hope my patrons don't feel like I'm leaving them in the dirt. I've just tried to think up exactly how I want to reframe it. I also do realize I need to update the milestones on there. For example, I had Council Voices, hiring an editor for that was 4,500 or something. And we're not up there anymore, but it's also not apples to apples anymore because, like I said, I have Twitch now as well. So it's sort of like that helps to balance things out. So I need to sort of update my goals a bit as well, but I haven't really figured out the best way to, I don't know, how I want to go about it. I say this again because all these things require more time, which then inevitably means time that I'm not putting into editing regular videos. Do you see where I'm getting at here? There's so many things to juggle. There's so many things that you don't think of, that can inevitably cause videos to be delayed, aside from even just real life stuff. Thing is, it's mostly just me here. I have the moderators on Discord, right? And of course on YouTube looking after comments and things. But in regards to running like my Twitter or social media and everything like that, to running my Patreon, to Twitch. Yeah, I hire artists to do things for like emotes and stuff too, but I've still got to be the one who tells them exactly what I want and also usually edit it after they give it to me because I still need to resize them for fucking Twitch because Twitch icons are tiny, all right? They need to be edited even when they get shrunk down. And just like a billion other things that just go into all these different platforms. So much shit, man. And I just hope that you guys don't like look at this and think that I don't care or like I'm just like losing like any desire to do YouTube or anything like that. Like I'm putting this behind me because it could be further from the truth. All right. I love YouTube. I love making these videos and I love you guys. And I'm sorry if I in any way made it seem like I'm like abandoning you guys or something, but I do just ask to try to give me a little bit of slack sometimes because I still do get burned out. I still get tired. I mean, my sleep schedule is still fucked, honestly. I got kind of back to normal for a bit, but then it's back to me staying up like super late again, which probably is another thing I should try to work on, but it's, God damn it. That's a hard habit for me to break. That's all I gotta say. But I am trying my best. I really don't like letting people down. I want to be able to give you guys all the content that you could possibly want. But I do think at some point in the near future, I am gonna probably need to take a little break. I just haven't had like a real, actual break from YouTube in a long time. I actually will be going at the start of June. I will actually be making a trip. I'll be going to Germany for about a week. So that might actually act as that break that I need, assuming the whole coronavirus doesn't throw a fucking wrench in all that shit. Anyway, I think that's the main things. Hopefully I didn't miss anything too major. I really try to make sure I didn't miss any big points that were brought up I'm seeing people talk about, but on my part, I will try to do better communicating. I'm not going to tell you guys everything that I'm doing at all times, but I will definitely tell you if things like there's not going to be a video today, and try to tell you at a more reasonable time of day. So you're not sitting there waiting for a video that isn't going to come. By the way, it's just a small addendum on the whole it's hard to know sometimes how long or how much time can go into making a video. This last Kingdom Hearts video was actually a 5-hour recording. It was 5 hours of trying to beat Sykes. God damn it. And it ended up getting shut down to less than an hour. It's hard to predict, right? It's hard to know exactly how much time ended up going to an episode, even just recording. Not all videos are made the same, Some video series, some games are just easier to edit and put together than others. It's just how it goes. So hopefully you guys can understand that and understand that sometimes it just leads to a slight lack of consistency because it's just me, man. Just me making these things. Anyway, hopefully that helped answer some people's questions. I hope. Hopefully people feel like they have a better understanding of circumstances and things that are going on. And like I said, I'll try my best to communicate a bit better in the future. But one thing will never change. And that is my love for this channel, the love for making videos, for getting to know you guys, and my love for this community. Like I love the Picky Penguins. They're a part of me, They're as much a part of my identity as anything. You guys are an important part of my life. I never would want to betray that trust, those feelings, and the fact that you guys give me so much of your own time just to watch my dumb videos. It means more than you could ever realize. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. If you have any further questions or like maybe something I didn't really bring up, I'll do my best to try to answer anything down below in the comments. If there's just some lingering concerns, I'll try to bring it up. I'm really hoping I didn't miss anything because I'm gonna be pissed off. I go back to edit this and I go, shit, I should have brought this up or something. But yeah, let me know. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. We'll hopefully Should have a live stream up on Saturday. I guess it'll be another vote stream, which then means I gotta go make another video in a second. But I saw this was sort of a issue that was brewing, so I feel like this need to be posted as soon as possible. Anyway, penguins, that's it for me for now. I love you guys, and as always, penguins, till next time, stay classy, guys.